guys, welcome to today's video. Make sure you visit podcastformarketers.com for more information. Over there, I have a really kick-ass course on how you can make at least a few grand a month on simple reoccurring revenue, right? And that's called Freedom Funnels. And make sure that you like this video and subscribe to my channel, man. I'm put out videos every day, so you don't want to miss what I put up because I put out some pretty kick-ass content. And man, I always want you guys to comment below, man. I absolutely love all the comments you guys bring. Let me know what you're thinking. If you have any questions, I'm always in the comment section. I really love the community. Let's get into the video. Hey, what's up? So today, I wanted to talk about it's Sunday night, right? And it's just before I'm getting a snack plate right now. I got apples and oranges and all kind of cool stuff. So I'm going to hurry up and get out of here, right? And I got coffee too. So I want to talk to you about why there's a couple of things. Why using swipe files too early in the game isn't good for you. And I want to talk about something else too, about step-by-step tutorials, right? Too early in the game. So first of all, let's talk about swipe files. So what brought this on is one of my, he's like a little brother to me, man. He's like the little brother I never wanted, okay? So I'll put this here. So he's like my little brother. And he's like, hey, man, where do you buy emails? And it made me chuckle because he's starting to get into marketing a little bit. And that makes me happy. So, but, of course he doesn't want to follow his big bro. And so what did he do? He went and paid $21,000 for one of these online schemes, I think it's called gifting, okay? And it's almost borderline illegal, but what his program does is they actually have PLR products. I think that's what it's, PLR products that they resell to each other, and then they kind of cannibalize it, right? So basically, you pay $21,000 for the right to sell, a shitload of PLR products that are supposed to be info products, okay? Fuck, I can't draw. I can't write today, right? So I never could draw, but I could write. All right, so there are info products, okay? So you get the rights to sell these info products, and then you sell those rights to someone else. So you're buying a franchise business, bink, bink, right? And my bink, binks are this, right? Quotation marks. A franchise, not bink, bink, like that. So you're getting a chance to buy a franchise business. Now, here's the thing, right? So you're going to go out and you're going to pitch people, and they do it by phone, okay? And they do it by direct mail, by a card. And you guys might be interested in this while I'm talking shit about it, right? Give me a call. I'll sell you right up. So the minimum you could come in, I think, is $2,000, okay? And Mob and a lot of these other companies online are doing the same thing, right? This is kind of the same thing, right? So the minimum you can come in is at $2,000, and then obviously the maximum, which is what my little bro did, was at $21,000, okay? And so you go out and you call people, you solicit people, people that want to get in business opportunity, leads and emails and so on and so forth. You send them to videos and stuff like that, and you try to get this sale, today. Okay, and that's what the funnel is. Boom, give me 21 G's today. Now, here's the thing. What's really cool is they have financing. I know that got you guys interested, right? So give me a holler if you're really interested. I'll hook you up, my little bro. So they've got financing. They can get you financed if you got at least a 600 FICO, I think it is, 650, and you can get up to 20 grand, just depending on how much money you make. I think even students are getting a few $100, right? So anyways, let me tell you where I think this is flawed, though. So my little bro was like, yo, where do I buy emails? I'm like, dude, you don't buy emails. And I'm really adamant against that, and I like my emails. I think I write a decent one. And, he's like, where can I buy? Fuck, I can't write. All right, so emails. Where can I buy emails? I'm like, dude, you can't buy no fucking emails, dude. You just write them. And he's like, nah. What I'm noticing is these dudes are sending out a bunch of emails, but then I've seen the dudes that they're, where they got the emails from, and they look pretty much the same. They just change a few things. So I'm like, dude, they call those swipe files, right? And you could be costing. I wouldn't trust my business, 21 grand, to somebody else's shitty swipe files that haven't been proven. And so, he finally caught on and was like, all right, so I'm going to have like a little workshop with him. He gets free coaching from me, right? So I'll give him and show him how to write fucking emails. But this is why using swipe files too early in the game can hurt your business. And I'm going to segue right into step-by-step tutorials and why I think they're shitty. And so I know, hey man, I could have 30,000 subscribers if I sat right here every day and turned on an application every day and showed you how to set up Facebook, how to set up your WordPress. I could do it. I know I could. I've seen plenty of dudes online that do that. But why do I accept the 3,000 or 2,500 subscribers, 2,400 subscribers that I have, right? And I mostly do mindset videos, or I keep you down in the fundamentals. Why is that? Why don't I give you a step-by-step button to click videos? Because, I've done this before, right? And I've done this with, and I'm going to tell you now, Photoshop, okay? So I wanted to learn how to do something with Photoshop or After Effects. It was the same thing, okay? And if you just Google After Effects or Photoshop or search on YouTube for tutorials, you're going to see step-by-step tutorials to create some of the most amazing shit. And here's what people do with those tutorials. They make those things their portfolio. Now, anybody that's in the Photoshop world, in the graphics and stuff like that, they've seen the fucking tutorials before. They've done them themselves, right? But what are you doing? You're putting up this tutorial as your own work. And yeah, you did do the work, but do you understand what you did, though? I've done step-by-step Photoshop tutorials and After Effects tutorials that took me days to complete. And I didn't know why the fuck they had me doing what they had me doing. I didn't understand why certain things worked. Now, hey man, hang in there with me. I'm getting to a point right now. So, when I started working in video editing and working and using Photoshop and After Effects and Premiere Pro, and I started doing tutorials and I started building, and I started on the blocks, those fundamental blocks, a concrete, block here. I understood exactly why things worked and how they worked. And I was able to take it and, kind of like build on that, right? And take steps and hops up after I understood this first foundation, okay? The fundamentals, lynda.com, right? It was the fundamentals that I understood. lynda.com is really good at learning the essentials and fundamentals of any Adobe software or something like that, any online software. It's good for learning accounting and all kind of shit, right? You're not going to learn any of the major shit, but once you learn those fundamentals, you're able to build on that. And that's what my channel is all about. I can sit here and tell you all the most advanced marketing tricks forever. And once you get there and you started trying to tell your list about this, or you try to use these advanced techniques in the wrong time, right? Or use them. I got this thing we call it, if you go on Envato, right? I call it, right? So if you go on Envato and you'll see, and you've seen it online, where you get this little, let's just use an accounting firm again, right? Here's an accounting firm, and they wanted to do a video on YouTube about accounting, and they go right to Envato and get a template for an intro, and it's all guitars and making a bunch of noise and lights going all over the place. It's like, dude, that doesn't even match your brand. Why did you go pick that fucking intro? Because they wanted to go get something that's sexy, they think is sexy or whatever, and it doesn't match their brand because they're not into video editing. They're not into, and they don't realize how stupid they look. Dude, just get yourself a nice, simple corporate intro with your logo fading in and fading back out, and then go into your fucking safety video, whatever it is you were doing, right? How not to get a paper cut. Don't go and do all this explosions and shit because it doesn't match your brand. Well, the same thing is true when you're in marketing and you go out and you do a 50-page sales letter that you copied off of Frank Kern for a product that costs $6.95. It just doesn't make sense. You don't need to do that much sales. You don't need to do that much sales copy. Or what's even worse is when you see somebody that has copied Dan Kennedy word for word when he's selling, a freelance course, right, for $1,997, and you're selling something for $6.95, and it has nothing to do with like whatever Dan Kennedy was selling. Or the emails, it just doesn't add up. You need to write your own emails in your own tone, and you need to start off doing it yourself. The more you write them, the better you'll get, and the more you'll start to understand your target market, right? And so that's why I don't sit here and do a step-by-step Facebook course for you, because then you're going to get on Facebook and think just because Sonny gave me this step-by-step test or tutorial that I'm going to be some Facebook guru, and you're not, because Facebook is actually advertising is more about your copy and direct response than it is about the physical, like, clicking of buttons on Facebook. So when you're out here and you're online and you're looking at these step-by-step tutorials, or somebody's like spouting off some advanced marketing techniques that you really don't understand, or you may not understand what the people are saying, then don't try to do it. Right? And that's why I don't come out with this shit, because you got everybody, and I told my little bro this, that's in this program right here, all of them are noobs. All of them. Because they're just like him. And all they're doing is calling a bunch of people up, going by the numbers and saying, hey, man, do you want to spend $21,000 for this fucking program? So I started talking to my little brother the other day, and I'm like, dude, you're like, and so like, okay, so once the leads say no, they're just kind of falling down here into nothingness, right? And nothing going on. So you know what I told him. I said, hey, man, listen, man, pass me those leads, dude. I'll put a nice little $7 product over here for them so they can fall into a proper funnel. And I built a proper funnel for it, right? Because he's wasting leads. But, of course, when I offered him that, he's like, yeah, I see the value of that. Let me do it, too. So, but not all of them are noobs, and they're just like going out. Hey, man, it's like the old thing that my little brother, the same guy, I always tell this story about. If you haven't heard it, I'll tell you now. He's a guy that went to the club, and he's trying to get a chick, and he just goes to every girl in the club and plays the numbers. Hey, you want to go home? You want to go home? You want to go home with me? You want to go home with me? And they all say, no, 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 no. And he'll ask every chick in the club until one of them says yes. That's the guy right there, right? So that's why this program works for him. But I'm trying to tell him, like, dude, that's not just, you're calling people on the phone and asking them to spend 21 grand with you on the first day or even the second day is just ridiculous. And of course you have a very high or low conversion rate, like 0.2% or some shit. More than 95% of the people, either they don't have the money or they just don't fucking trust you yet. So I'm showing him how to write emails and how to slip them in a proper funnel and get that $7 or $25 product to self-liquidate his leads that he keeps those leads that are dropping off that aren't spending will spend some money, and he can self-liquidate those leads to keep buying more leads to get to the guy that'll spend 21 grand. Otherwise, you're just throwing money away and not getting any return on your investment, right? Now, everything that I just explained to you, if it sounds confusing, then you need to go back to the fucking basics. And that was my point of this entire fucking video. Coffee break.